What's this then? I thought FIFA 20 content was dead. Well, I know that's what most people are thinking, and even though I've still got the Solihull Moors series to wrap up, I've got another series I want to get out before FIFA 21 drops, and I've got to do it now because everybody's going to have this bloody player in their save. Yep, that's right, I know he's in my Solihull Moors save too, but this time I'm doing a player career. Yeah, thanks FIFA Fella and Fletcher Jet. Honestly, I thought I was done with player career when I last played it in FIFA 18, but watching the series that you guys put out made me want to do this. So, getting down to brass tacks, we've dropped Jude Bellingham in at the start of the save. He's 16 years of age, 62 overall, and rocking an absolutely amazing face mod courtesy of my man BR7. There's links to his channel and Twitter in the description, and up in the eye in the corner now. Anyway, you ready? Let's get our eye in, let's get into pre-season, and let's get some experience under our belts. Well, that's if the manager decides to play us. Well, he has, but he's decided we're a striker. I mean, I can play centre mid, cam, and left wing, and this guy decides, nah, I'm going to play him as a striker. I mean, I guess it's semi-realistic based on Jude playing out left wing this season, rather than down the centre, but let's see how many we can bang in before he decides to move us around the field. Oh, and by the way, just to let you know, there's no messing around with this series. We don't have long enough before FIFA 21 drops to just stroll around leisurely through 100 episodes like I'm doing with Solihull Moors. This is going to be a cutthroat edit with a season done each episode. So, sit tight as the action should be thick and fast. And moving through this pre-season tournament, we won the first 2 games. So I sacked off the third, you know, we all do that, and simmed it against RC Lens. And the boys just couldn't do it without me. They lost 2-1. On to the next game though, and it's Kerishspor up next. Christ knows if that's how you say it, but anyway, they went 1-0 up. Flying away as Glenny got himself on the score sheet here. But honestly, there's no holding us back. Determined to get back into it, we chase the ball down and work with Bella to regain position in the left-hand channel. A quick interchange with Djukovic and Rabati, and we're in for our 3rd goal of pre-season, coolly sliding it past the keeper. Just a few minutes left on the clock and we come in deep in search of the ball. We need to create something, and I guess it's got to be me that gets things started. A nice 1-2 with Sunjic gets things moving in midfield before shifting it off to Michael. He finds Djukovic, and then it's just a case of making the right run, putting a defender on his heels and smashing it top bins. And just like that, we have 4 goals and we're off to the final. Bugger. RC Lens again. Okay, well, I'm here this time, perhaps that'll help. Oh, and look, we have a head-to-head. So we all know what that means. This guy's gonna suck it to us. And well, yeah, you guessed it, he was the first one to get a shot on target. So we had to start dropping in deep early on too. And we pick the ball up in a nice position and thump it against the frame of the goal before they can get it clear. 10 minutes later and we filter into the left-hand channel to help out Pedersen. Cheeky little back heel into Bella, and it's a quick 1-2 that sets me free down the wing. Get a little bit lucky on the edge of the box before letting fly, and the goalkeeper ain't stopping that. It stays hit. 1-0. Bang. Have it. I mean, are we playing against Wimbledon from the 80s here? These long ball merchants have grabbed a bonus here as the defenders have had an absolute stinker. And yeah, you guessed it. Look who's popped up to level things off. Oh, and look at that, I suddenly feel the need to get a Big Mac too. I wonder why. The second half was absolutely dead. Didn't even have a highlight to show you. And so the final's gone to penalties. And now it's our turn. I'm going to go bottom left. Fuck. That's really let them back in it. Okay, it's still level with 1 penalty left each. It's Chicken Arubati stepping up, and he's clucked it up. Come on, keeps. Use your man bun powers and stop this one. Nah, he ain't stopping that. Right into the side netting, and our first chance at silverware has gone a-begging. Right, let's dust ourselves down and put that behind us and get into the first game of the season. as we're away to Brentford. This game was the typical to and fro in the first 30 minutes until Sunit got a bit touchy-feely with Jensen and he went down far too easily. And we all know how dangerous these free kicks from 25 yards can be. And with that, Mbueo clips it left-footed over the top of the wall. But our response was swift and Jude got brought down on the edge of the box just shortly afterwards. Our free kick was a little bit closer, but the same result as Bella bends one over the top of the wall to bring things level. Bella. Next up was our first home game of the season against the Robins. But no Batman in sight. I was devastated, desperately disappointed. I kept looking around the crowd, but I constantly felt like Roy. Shit. I've spent the whole game looking for Bruce Wayne, which in fairness is quite the task. It could be like at least 10 different people. And it's another edge of the box free kick, this time for Maghoma. Anyway, that was it, 1-0, and whilst Jude didn't get the goal, he did run the show for the last 10 minutes leading up to it. Next up, it's Crew. What kind of a tackle is that, Sunyik? Yep, and of course they score from it. A breakaway chance follows here with the gardener playing in Rabati. He then plays it into Jude, but it's behind us. I gather it up and try to find some space, but the Crew defender levels me and Lukas Juktovic duly bangs from 12 yards. Talking of penalties, that's where this game ends up, in a shootout.
A shootout, right, is a f***ing shootout! Like a western.
Honestly, does no one want to win this thing? Come on, Sunjic, put them out their misery. Oh, for f***'s sake. Yeah! Captain Man-Bun to the rescue again. Come on, Gary. Yes, finally. Well done, mate. Next up, it's time for a walk in the park. No, that's not it. It's a trip to the forest for a Midlands derby. Well, that couldn't have gone any worse. We're 1-0 down with less than 5 minutes on the clock.
Need somebody.
Yep. I know. Amiobi, not Amma. But come on.
Need somebody.
We'll leave that there, shall we, and just say another great penalty from Lukas Juktovic. 1-1. This could actually turn out to be a good game. Well, that's going out the back door. Oh, but here is Lolly. Jude's got himself booked, but with half-time looming, we've got to get back into this. Right, I'm off to whittle something in the half-time break then, as I'm clearly good with the woodwork. Free kick in a dangerous position here, just after the half-time break, and it's Lolly looking to deliver again. Come on, lads, let's get a consolation goal here. Into the box, and we've gone over. The ref's given it. I mean, lads, I'd have got 10s all round at the Olympics for that dive. And we've now Juktovic on the pitch. It's down to Happy Hogan, and that is a lovely finish. Okay, time for a smaller side. We take a rest for the next 2 games with a 3-0 loss to Barnsley and a 1-0 win against Swansea, evening things out. Next up, it's a second round Carabao Cup clash against Doncaster, and we'll pick up the action in the second half. A lovely through ball puts Jude in, and now he decides to not go down, but he drives on. Cuts back to Bella, and well, bellissimo, because he's absolutely belted that past the keeper. And that was that. No need to show you anything else. 1-0 will do. Stoke up next as they potter down the motorway a few junctions to face off against us at St Andrews. And no sooner as the match got underway, Tom Ince has thunderclacked one into the top corner from about 20 yards out, and we're already 1-0 down. We set Crowley off down the right hand side as this counter attack opens up, and rather than getting a pissing contest with this bloke, I decide to peel off into the middle and ask for the ball. The gardener sives a pass into feet, and we masterfully turn a ball round the corner for Djuktovic, who smashes home 1-1. No fewer than 2 minutes later and we're already having another go, this time down the left hand channel. Great interchange between Jude and Bella. He's followed up by a great strike from Sunjic. It might not be a dark rainy night, but we're clearly doing it against Stoke. Jude shows some strength in this one-on-one battle and very nearly has the composure to chip the keeper. Unlucky, mate. Keep trying though, it'll come. Moving into the second half, we switch gears here and use our pace down the right hand side. The cutback is a little weak and it's blasted against the defender, but still we are making chances. We sit out the next two games after the international break, with the boys getting a 1-1 draw and a 1-0 victory against Charlton and Preston North End. And then it's time to turn our attention back to the Carabao Cup as we face off against Premier League opposition. Arsenal came a knocking at St Andrews and the defence simply haven't got any answers when it comes to Pepe. He cuts inside early doors, step overs galore, and then onto his left peg, where he only bloody puts it top bins. Have a word, this was supposed to be our year. And I mean, it was a totally dead game. Arsenal just sat back from there on in, this being the only other chance in the game. Typical old school 1-0 to the Arsenal performance. Right, only a few days later we need to pick ourselves up because we have to face off against another rival and a certain Wayne Rooney. And talking about Shrek, here he is, putting it on a plate for Marriott to stroke home their first goal. What a ball that turned out to be. We make light work of the defender. I don't fancy that angle though, and cut back. The support here from Crowley. And there we have it, a lovely left-footed finish. Get in there. Then, just before half-time, we feed Bella, who forces the save from the keeper and a corner. I decide that I'm going to come short for it and send it to the back post, where Pedersen knocks it back across into the mixer and Bella nails it past the bemused Derby keeper to make it 2-1. Rooney and Marriott trying to link up again here as we move into the second half, but Josep comes to the rescue. I mean, I think this was a foul, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth and should have done better with this opportunity. Someone in the stands probably got themselves a free ball though, to be honest. A few minutes later and we're looking to get involved down the right again, but decide to peel into the box, calling for the ball. But it's Rabati who tries to put head on it, and I'm desperately bashing the shoot button, but absolutely no dice, and it's Bella who follows up anyway. There we go, it's a 3-1 win, and I know there's a pun in there about Marriott and hotel somewhere, but I can't make the connection for the life of me, so we move. That was followed up by a draw and a loss against Wigan and Middlesbrough for the boys, whilst I sat it out waiting for that visit to Ellen Road. It was looking like Leeds would draw first blood, but I get lucky as the ball drops out to me from the corner and we turn on the afterburners to try and create a breakaway chance. But I mean, there's no way that is a penalty. And to be honest, I'm super pissed I didn't get a chance to shoot on goal, but at least Juktovic smashes it home from 12 yards. But this game is far from done, and Alioski burns past his man, lays it off, and Hernandez thunders it into the top corner from the edge of the box. What a strike! And that was the momentum shift, as Adam Forshaw comes up with a second to put them in front just before the half-time oranges, and a rocket from the gaffer. Talking of rockets, check out the launch on this from Crowley. A few minutes later, with the wind in our sails, we take a bad touch and we miss this opportunity. But as the keeper punts it clear, you can tell we're all up for it. Ball is played into feet and our first pass is rebuffed, but the second cracks the defence open like an egg, and Lukasz gets his second for a great assist from us. Right, we're down to the wire, 90th minute. Both teams have had semi-decent chances, but we've got an overload in the centre, and whilst I could have probably finished the chance myself, I decide to pass it to Rabati, who gets us the winner. You can see the home fans are clearly not happy about the result, and I'm glad it's not like 20 years ago, as there'd probably have been several rucks outside the ground afterwards otherwise. We sit out a few more games now, with the lads losing 2-0 to Blackburn, taking a victory 3-2 against Luton, and then another loss at Cardiff 2-0. Right, it's time to step back in as we face off against Fulham at home. And come on lads, I mean literally, I can't come back there and defend too, otherwise my ratings plummet. A very easy tap-in for Cabano there. Meanwhile, at the other end of the pitch, we've got a free kick, and I'm taking some credit here, as I get in the keeper's eye line as the Gardener clips one over the wall to get us back in this game. If you don't want to have nightmares tonight, look away now, as the defence are at it again. It's like a f***ing clown party back there, and Johansson easily seizes on it to get a late winner for Fulham. F***ing clowns. We travel to Huddersfield for the next one, and the first half was as dull as dishwater. I'm not going to put you through any of those highlights, but just 10 minutes into the second half, we grab a goal courtesy of Bella. And just like that, the gaffer decides to have his own back. Clearly, he's heard me calling out the defence in recent games and decides, you know what? Let's see if you can do any better. Go to centre back for the last 20 minutes, do not pass go, and do not collect £200. And I mean, there's no get out of jail free card here, especially as I'm now in the clown car that nearly ships a goal straight away. I'm literally saved by the woodwork, and a fabulous save from Moa Ramos. But if you think that was bad, we're still happy to do some more clowning. Thank God Ramos is on it. But for the next game, I sat it out and they went down 2-1 to Sheffield Wednesday. Next up is the trip to Millwall, where it's so foggy you can barely see your hand in front of your face. But we managed to get ourselves involved in the build-up to the one and only goal of this game. And it could have easily have been my goal too, but I'd already pressed the f***ing pass button as I received the ball and Lukasz bags instead. Reading is a 2-0 win whilst I sit it out, and then it's a home game against the R's. A lucky bounce here for Crowley, and I'm calling for it in the middle. Easy finish. That's what we like to see. Into the second half, and there's a loose pass. Don't dive in, don't dive in, don't dive in. Too late. Whew. only yellow. No, 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 no! You've got to be kidding me. Seriously, what a dog awful goal. That's it, lads. You just play it amongst yourselves whilst I drift into the box. Make it a good cross, Colin. Lovely. Got one with the head now too. And suddenly we are back in front and I'm chasing a hat-trick. Last few minutes on the clock. I'll have it. Oh, you're going to cross it? Yes, the gardener is there to bury that one. Ooh, it's the baggies up next. Our closest rival. Let's have it. I mean, I don't think that was a free kick, but I'll take it. And I try and peel away at the back post here. Nice ball in, and Rabati with a sweet header there. Absolutely lovely stuff. That's well done by Colin there to break up the play and not give away the foul, especially as he's already on a yellow. Go on then, I'll have it. Nice. Now, this needs to be a good delivery from out wide. Bella. The finish wasn't bad either. You've got to have another look at that. Delightful. Bosh. I mean, it's all happening here in the first half. West Brom in behind. And a great cross to the back post. Leaves Pereira to bag them a goal to bring them back into it. We had to keep dropping deep in the second half to try and help out and build the attack. And it wasn't a bad effort here. Then, just before the full-time whistle, same again. Drop in to try and get things moving before busting a gut to get forward. I mean, look, I'm calling for it on the edge of the box. But he decides to whip it in. And I'm calling for it again. But he decides to take it on. Shame. But we win. That's the main thing here. Right, time for a spell out again here then. With the boys getting a 1-1 draw at Hull, a 0-0 at Ewood Park, and a third draw, this time at home against Leeds, before a 2-1 loss to Wigan. The magic of the FA Cup is up next as the gaffer decides to field a bunch of youngsters against Oxford United. And we join the action just before half time here. And it's been a tense 45 minutes. Turn back inside. Ball roll. Ride it. Ride it. Go on then. Why not? Yes. What a finish. Cheeky. Let's have another look. Oof. Right, into the second half. Long ball upfield. Let's chase it. Oh, go on then. Perfect timing to knock it past that defender. Defender lunges in, but it's too late, and we've grabbed a second. We're running the show again here in midfield, hungry for the ball. Well, that's lucky, but should have finished it, Lucas. Anyway, a corner here with 8 to go, into the mixer. Harding at the back post. Yes, lads, we'll take that. A great cup win. Okay, so we're MIA again against Luton, where the lads won 3-0. Cardiff was a 0-0 draw, and Middlesbrough was a 2-1 victory. On to the FA Cup game against Burnley, and its Premier League opposition in a cup tie once more. Yes, 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 I'll have it. Should have done better with that. Well, there's clearly a difference in quality, boys. They've absolutely carved us open, and that is a fabulous finish. Perhaps not all is lost, though, as we head into the second half. 1, 2. Defender does well to cover, though, so let's put Lucas in. Decides to come back, so I'll have that again. No! Off the post, and I can't finish the rebound. Cheeky back heel. Go on then, I'll have it. Too far. Come on, I'll have the ball. Go on, I'll still have it. I've got to make something happen here. Give and go. Why not? Why not? No, 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 Gaffer, not now. We need a goal. Anyway, down the right then. I'll have it. Come on, get somebody's in the box. That cross might be too deep. Oh no, he's got there. Great save. Well, we didn't really fashion much more from there, but a good performance even if we are out of another cup early doors. Right, time to push on. A 0-0 draw against Forest at home. I mean, I did play that one, but it's so boring, I won't subject you to it. We go off in search of Batman again, which results in a 1-0 loss. Barnsley is a 1-0 win, and we lose 2-0 to Brentford. It's Sheffield Wednesday up next, who are in close company in the table. And we have probably our best game of the season so far against this lot from a creativity point of view too. As we try to get involved in midfield, taking the ball short, taking risks, setting up chance after chance for teammates, and generally making a nuisance of ourselves before we finally unlock their defence and take the 1-0 victory. Although the gaffer wasn't done there though. He wanted to see how I could play out wide left too before this game was done. We then rack up a 2-1 loss to Millwall, a 4-0 win against QPR, and a 0-0 against Reading, before it was time to face off against the baggies once more. Now remember, it was a great game last time around, but not so much this time. Lecco bagging one early doors to turn us over 1-0. And that's not to say we didn't try to get back in it though, with some game influencing moments of our own and a decent shot on target here. But everything just always felt that little forced and we never really got on top of the game. We then had a 1-0 victory at Hull, a 3-1 loss at Huddersfield, a 0-0 at Craven Cottage, and another stalemate at home against Swansea before we travelled to Stoke for a Monday night game. But this time, not for the want of trying, we couldn't unlock their defence and the game ended goalless. The same could be said for the Charlton game that I missed, before a 3-1 loss to Preston North End, and the season is basically dead. Nothing left for us to play for as we can't make the playoffs. But there's always a glimmer of hope. One last fixture in the season, and it's our last outing at St Andrews as we face off against Rooney's Rams. We do well here to win a free kick just under 30 yards out. I try and move the defence around in the box, but Waghorn decides to strike it and the keeper has to make the save. So, into the second half we go. I'm coming in deep in search of the ball again. That's a lovely one too, and I've sent that defender to the shops. I'll have a Mars bar and a packet of crisps, mate. Fake shot, bish bash bosh, left footer rolled into the bottom corner. You love to see it. One for the home fans there as we get to show our class for one last time. Go on, I'll have that. No, have it back. Oh, go on then, give it here. What we saying? What we saying? Should have bagged that. Come on then, play it. Ref. Come on, mate, seriously. No. Good save, Josep. Ooh, and another good save. Nah, ref. Sorry, mate, that's an absolute stinker. I mean, it had to be Marriott, didn't it? Last few minutes on the clock here, just need to get hold of the ball, lads. No, like, not like this, lads. I don't want to go out of here on a loss. Well, no fairy tale end to my time here in Birmingham then. Those last 5 minutes absolutely changed the game. End of the season then. And what's this? An offer from the red half of Manchester? Nah, you're alright lads. I have another club in mind, thanks. That's right, we all know where I'm heading for Season 2. Borussia Dortmund. But before we do, let's take a quick look back over our season. So we made 27 appearances in total, scored 10 goals, 4 in pre-season, 2 in the FA Cup, both of which were against Oxford, and 4 in the league, and we contributed 6 assists. Although that feels a little bit light, but that's probably because we're involved in many goals, but most of them indirectly. Then, in terms of growth, we've gone up by 10 overall, and honestly, that's with very, very little training, as I deliberately didn't want to beef Jude up too early. Especially as I know his stats from the FIFA 21 beta suggest he'll start with a 69 overall at Dortmund. Anyway guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. It breaks most of my usual rules to be fair, but I like putting together something a little bit different from time to time. So if you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let me know in the comment section what you thought and how you think Jude's going to do at Dortmund next season in real life and here in my save. Anyway, let's get out of here. Thanks for watching and stay safe.